Looking at screen, using phone does not affect the eye.
Not everything makes it into the headlines, but we bring you the full story. Join Uchenna Cyril Anyoke, a renowned media personality and former president of the Nigerian Publishers Association, as he unpacks the real issues behind the news. From politics to public policy, economy to human rights, nothing is off limits. Expert guest, in-depth conversation, local and global perspective. New episode every week on Facebook and YouTube. Watch now on Freedom Square TV. Follow for updates and behind the scenes clips. Beyond the headlines, beyond the news.
Okay, let's look at these days. Because of technology, a lot of our younger generation, younger people are exposed to what you may call excessive screen exposure. How does this affect the eye of the younger ones? Being glued to the phone, the computer, laptop. These days you say somebody is just a child, he wakes up in the morning, the person does, he picks his phone, his eyes is there, morning, afternoon, night. But if you ask him to come and eat food, as eating food, he's also looking at the screen.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, there's nothing that screen does to the eye that much, except that, yes, it can give you stress. It can stress the eye, or because the eye is meant to be used to see. So there's no point attributing anything that that happens to the person because he's using screens that as a result of that computer or whatever. The eye is actually meant to be to give you vision. So the only thing you can get from there is that it will stress your eye. Once it stresses your eye, maybe you start tearing or you start rubbing on your eye. Children, that kind of rubbing, you distort the curvature of the eye. It will now result to a significant something like astigmatism that will now bring that discordant in optics of the eye, and the image will not be formed in the retina, and the person will not have blurred vision, except you see it from that perspective. Otherwise, looking at screen, using phone does not affect the eye.
Okay, that's something you are letting us, because people always say, boy, you know how long you are on that screen though. But why do they have in computers? There's a device they have that protects.
Yeah,
why is it so if it's not affecting the eye?
That's what I'm saying. It's just the stress.
Okay.
Stress.
So if you continue to stress the eye, it could also affect.
That's what I say. When you continue stressing to stress the eye, the next thing is that you may start tearing, bringing out tears, and the next thing that you may now start rubbing on your eye, and the next thing that follows is that the curvature of the eye will now begin to become abnormal. And in that instance, the rays that strike on that optics of the eye, especially the cornea, will no longer be focused at that particular point where it should be focused at the retina. It will now give you blurred vision. That is astigmatism.
So maybe you have to reverse this. It means that excessive use of screen
can
also affect the eye.
Yeah, in the long run. Not directly.
Okay.